Once again, a warm welcome to all the viewers of this channel. This is Rupik. So today we are having a brief discussion on the formal language and automata theory. In the last video, we have seen regarding the basic concepts of the automata theory. What is automata theory? What is formal language? And what are the basic aspects that defines the formal language and automata theory? As far as this video is concerned, we'll be just having some detailed interaction on the description of the formal language and automata theory. So what is formal language? What is automata theory? What are the primary concerns of learning the formal language are being described in this particular video. With no time, we'll just go on. Yeah. So the basic definition of the formal language is one kind of a symbolic representation of a particular task. A formal language is always represented in the symbolic form. Which means all the mathematical calculations are being taken place as far as the formal language is concerned. Formal language always deals with the mathematical calculations or the concepts. That means all the computations are going to take place as far as the formal language is concerned. Majority of the computations are being acted or projected in the formal language because a formal language has been constituted for a discrete system. The discrete system itself suggests the computations that are going to act or project on a computer are being synthesized in the form of machines. So the definition itself imparts that any sort of discrete mechanisms or discrete machine computations are being taken place with the help of formal language. The formal language is a kind of a language to express certain ideas or expressions freely with the computer. So this deals with the internal abstraction of the computer major. So in or the other form, the formal language has a direct interconnection with the majority of the mathematical concerns or the arithmetic and logical operations that are going to act in the computer. Now we'll just move on with the automata theory. Automata theory, as we have discussed in the last video, that automata itself is being abstract in form. Abstract in the sense which is not visible for a naked eye. So the machine is not visible to us, but need to work on it, and it is self-propelled. In the sense which is going to act as driving force. So let us just have a brief elaboration on this driving force. Suppose you are going to travel on the road and suddenly you have met with the red light. At the initial stage, with no time, you will get stopped. What drives you to stop at this particular point? That means there is some driving force acting on you to stop in order to go ahead or beyond the danger. In order to save your life, There is a driving force acted on you to save our own visionary aspects. So that driving force is said to be the self-propel, and which is going to execute sequence of operations. So it is not executing one of set of sequence of operations. It is going to put all the operations or the computations in an orderly manner. And now coming to the last thing, that is all these set of operations are to be executed automatically. All the couple of operations that are acting on the automata are to be executed automatically. So these are the quite important definitions of the formal language and automata theory. Now we'll just see some of the interactive foundational steps, foundational terminology of a formal language. What are the basic foundations of a formal language? Every language consisting of alphabets first. A formal language also consisting of couple of alphabets. So these alphabets are being represented in the symbolic form. So as far as the formal language is concerned, alphabet, it is going to act as a thing which consists of symbols. So here alphabet is going to represented with the help of a symbol called sigma. So the sigma, it may take input as 0 and 1, which is nothing but the binary alphabet. It can also take the input as the lowercase letter as A, B, C, D, and so on up to Z. So this is the basic definition of the alphabet. Now we'll see about the string. So string is defined as one of the collection of objects that means as far as the other definition is concerned, but according to this, we are going to see some sequential transactions of the operations. We need to put the sequence of operations in the orderly manner. So that suggests the string. So here we are going to put operations in the sense symbols. We are going to put a sequence of symbols in the form of a string. Example. So let us just consider the sigma as the alphabet. We are going to take a couple of strings in the one form, AA, AAB, ABA, etc. So these are going to act as the strings. We can also represent the binary alphabets as 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, etc. So these are also termed as the strings. Now moving on to the next layer. That is, after the string, the essential aid is the language. So, just a moment. going to see a particular language representation. So language is going to represent the entire scenario of the alphabets and strings. So language is to be defined as L. It is to be denoted in the form of alphabets and the letters. So the alphabets that are available in a particular language of Sigma, it is defined as the particular language. Suppose it is a collection of strings, words. Strings are nothing but one kind of words. All the strings are represented with W, and there is one empty string called as non-empty string. There is one non-empty string and empty string set. So non-empty string set, which means the string was not empty. Empty, it consists of some values. There is one empty string as well. This empty string, it is going to consisting of a symbolic representation called as epsilon. Whenever there is an empty string that comes over in the particular aid of the string, we need to represent it with the symbol as sigma. So every language is one kind of a translation. So all the language, it consists of grammatical eggs, basically with regard to the grammar. So we need to understand which is the grammar suitable for a particular language. So in the upcoming video, you will learn more about the language and the other synchros. Thank you for watching this video.